Continuing our special coverage for the Iranian-American-Israeli war, where the Iranian Red Crescent Society said that the U.S.-Israeli airstrike campaign targeting Iran has killed at least 555 people so far, while the society added that 131 cities have come under attack so far in the war. To shed more light on the development on the ground, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Ramzy Khoury, our political analyst. Dr. Khoury, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you, ma'am, and Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you so much, sir, and same to you. Sir, many developments are taking place on the ground since the eruption of the American-Israeli war against Iran, and we have seen, of course, the Iranian attacks against the Gulf states as well. So how do you see these developments on the ground and its repercussions on the region and international fronts?
It's extremely dangerous because this is the first time that Iran actually attacks civilian targets in the Arab world. For that matter, they haven't even attacked military targets before. So what we're seeing is a systematic attack on economic targets, claiming that these targets are mostly owned by American businesses and American capital. And therefore, they have the right to attack them. Why is this very dangerous? Because this war will end at one point. Expectations are it will not last for more than 12 days, only because that would create a major logistical problem for the USA if it does continue more than 12 days.
Yes.
But let us say that this war ends. What will happen in terms of relations between Iran and its neighbors, especially the neighbors in the Gulf? And these neighbors have put a lot of effort to try to stop the war, by the way. Oman is the mediator between Iran and the USA. And therefore, all of these attacks on the Gulf are going to have consequences in terms of relations afterwards. This is step number one. Step number two. What is the goal of the USA and Israel in this? They came out and they did declare that they would like to see a regime change. But if it is the goal of this war to achieve regime change in a country as big as Iran, where the regime is so well entrenched in the country, that is pretty much an impossible goal to win. And if so we may see a halt to the war with a promise for a continuation to the war afterwards. And there are signs that the Americans, for example, would like to stop because they made statements, especially Mr. Donald Trump, the American president, came out and he said, the Iranians want to talk. Well, the Iranians have not been saying that. The Iranians are always willing to talk, but the Iranians are not giving up. They are not surrendering. They can't afford to do that. And the two options that have been given to the Iranians is surrender or die. And that the stakes are way too high. The Iranians can't afford to surrender and they can't afford to die. And if it's a matter of life or death, then we are going to see the Iranians getting much more aggressive. And we are seeing them getting aggressive. They are hitting gas installations right now. They did an attack on Qatar today where they hit the gas installation. So that is something that the Iranians didn't do the last time there was war.
Yes.
When the Americans and the Israelis attacked them. Why are they doing this now? Because this is the stakes that have been put on the table. They surrender or die. If the regime surrenders, that's the end of the regime. It is equivalent to dying. The killing of Ali Khamenei also promises trouble on the long term.
Of course.
In terms of consequences, because in Shiite doctrine, martyrdom is something that is part and parcel of the raison d'etre the theological raison d'etre of Shiites. So if the Iranians choose to turn this big martyr, Ali Khamenei, into an ongoing, lingering story, then that is also going to create instability in this region. And I'm just going to note on one thing.
Yes.
Khomeini, Ayatollah Khomeini, who created this regime and who was the supreme leader of Shiites, not just in Iran,
Yes.
died of illness. Ali Khamenei died as a martyr. He was killed by the Americans and the Israelis. Now, this kind of story is a story that can actually destabilize the Middle East for many, many years to come.
Yes.
And therefore, that was not something that the Americans should have been very proud of, if you like. Especially when the Americans are talking about stability in the region. Because this is all of what is going on right now promises to destabilize the region rather than stabilize it.
Yes, sir. We will go to a short break, and after that we'll be back to continue our interview about the war in Iran.
International law and international humanitarian law must always be respected. I have condemned the massive military strikes by the United States and Israel against Iran. And I also condemn the subsequent attacks by Iran, violating the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates. We are witnessing a grave threat to international peace and security. Lasting peace can only be achieved through peaceful means, including genuine dialogue and negotiation.
And back to our dear guest, Dr. Ramzy Khoury. Dr. Khoury, we witnessed earlier today as well the attacks between Israel and Hezbollah in a related development after the assassination of Ali Khamenei. So how do you see such a repercussion as well?
Well, it has created a major problem for Lebanon on the internal level, and I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Hezbollah had committed in principle to not attacking Israel during this war. They committed that to the Lebanese government. Until Ali Khamenei got killed, and if you like, that was the act that Hezbollah had to respond to. And what Hezbollah did is to fire some rockets into Israel. Israel decided to invade Lebanon, and Israel decided to start attacking Hezbollah. They carried out certain military action against the Dahia area where Hezbollah is based in Beirut, inside of Beirut, but they were talking about a full land invasion.
Yes.
Now, for Hezbollah not to act upon the killing of the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, would have placed Hezbollah in a very bad situation with the Shiites inside of Lebanon and in the region. So they did have to act, but the act was controlled, if you like. We have to see, if Israel is going to go ahead and invade Lebanon now, what are they going to do? They're going to go all through the south and reach Beirut in order for them to engage with Hezbollah face to face, or the leadership of Hezbollah, or are they going to continue trying to or attempting to kill the leaders of Hezbollah? We have to see where this is going. Lebanon is in turmoil. It was already in a very bad situation, trying to work everything out. An agreement with Israel did not pay at all previously, because the Israelis have attacked Lebanon almost on a daily basis since that agreement was made. There has not been a ceasefire. despite the fact that Hezbollah stopped attacking Israel totally, until Ali Khamenei was killed. So Israel wants the right to continue attacking Lebanon. And by the way, this is their strategy regarding Iran. This is what Israel wants for Iran. Israel would love to stop the war for as long as it has the ability to restart it and reignite it anytime it wishes. And exactly like the Lebanese model. This is what they did in Lebanon, and exactly like the Gaza model. There was a ceasefire agreement reached in Gaza. The Gazans are being attacked on a daily basis since then. And people and civilians are being killed. The infrastructure in the south of Lebanon has been always continuously attacked under the presumption that they found a Hezbollah person or a storage room or whatever, claims like that. None of it proven. Yet what we see are civilian homes demolished, people getting killed, innocent people getting killed, etc. So where is Israel going to take this? It can go in any direction, and again, it will create instability in this region, even if the war with Iran is stopped.
Dr. Khoury, will these recent developments lead to more chaos in the region and to increase the scope of the war, or we might see some talks between the Americans and the Iranian in the coming period? How do you see the pace of the developments from your point of view in the coming days?
Well, all Arab leaders are putting a lot of effort to try to reach a ceasefire that would lead to talks. As far as Netanyahu is concerned, Netanyahu doesn't want a long war, by the way. Netanyahu wants heroic actions that will help him in the next elections. But also Donald Trump needs to declare victory. Had he declared victory after the killing of Ali Khamenei, it would have been possible to reach a ceasefire right now. But to come out and gloat that Ali Khamenei was killed and then declare that the Iranians now want to talk, the new leadership in Iran wants to talk, insinuating that they are willing to surrender, that